Welcome back, ladies and gents, boys and girls, and everything in between. Does not matter to me. I really don't care. Two things I wanted to cover in today's video. Number one being my road bag, as it were. Number two, where did it go? Oh, there it is. The oil plug. So we'll start with number one, just being number one. This is my road bag. This is something that we just went on a 4 or 5 hour trip. And my wife's vehicle is, we'll just call subpar, but it's the best on gas mileage and it'll get us from point A to point B regardless. So, what do I pack in this bag with me? I'll just share with you quickly and briefly. Okay, a long Phillips head screwdriver. Cool. May just as well pack the drill, along with the impact. Okay, we're starting off with the Milwaukee drill and the Milwaukee impact. Next on the list, we'll get back to the screwdrivers because there's plenty of them in here for various other tasks depending on what we're doing and where we're going. But to go along with the drill and the impact, I have the Milwaukee Shockwave. I'm sure there's a model number on here somewhere, but ultimately this is the 40-piece set. It's got drill bits, 1/4-inch nut drivers, pretty much every driver you could ever imagine that would chuck into your impact, including the drill bits themselves. So I did pack another drill bit set just in case, for whatever reason. Well, why not? Let's have fun with it. Next is a pair of vice grips. These are the Irwin adjustable series. Good for anything and everything. And then along with that would be our variety of other screwdrivers, short, long, flat Phillips, that just come along with me. An extra battery, just in case, like I said, in case one can't get the job done. I've got 3. A good set of, I think these are linesman's pliers. They've got grip back here, they have a cutting angle here, and they're just a good solid set for getting into the nasty bits. Followed up by that is my go-to, my 3/8-inch Harbor Freight Pittsburgh model swivel-headed ratchet. Love this thing to death. Pretty much don't really leave home without it, or the 1/4-inch variant. So that's in the bag. Next is a good set of vice grips rather. These are a solid set of vice grips. Not 100% on the brand. I'm pretty sure they're actual channel lock anyhow. And I'll show you a little bit more about these later. Along with that, it's a good set of needle nose. You never know. Excuse me. Apologize. Next, we have a set of SAE deep well sockets, 3/8-inch drive, because that's what I was working with. So yeah, and then finally would be the good old trusty Husky 3/8-inch drive set, which comes with ratchet, driver, extension, little bits and pieces, all the sockets you could need, including some of the smaller deep well sockets. So I bring that along with me just as my travel set. You never know what you're going to come across. There's a million possibilities, but that is my travel kit. That's what I take with me. If you guys have any input on that, give me a heads up. Let me know what else you would take with you. In previous trips, I've taken a multimeter. I've taken a wide variety of other things with me, including some angles, including some smaller bits, including some other things. But finally, the last thing I want to tell you is that whenever you go on a long trip, you never, if you ever have to swap out a spare tire, you never want to do it with the tool that comes with the vehicle, ever. Buy one of the long sets, like the big sets of tire irons, the 4-sided things. That will help you out significantly more than whatever they put in with the vehicle. For whatever reason, they may be specifically fit to size, but they're also cheaply made, and they never do the job that you need. To add on to that, if you're the type, bring along your speed jack. Bring along a jack that actually works a little bit better than that scissor jack that you gotta sit there for 25 minutes cranking the thing up just to get it 6 inches off the ground so you can pop a wheel off. Just a thought. Next, now that we've already gone across the road pack and whatever I take with me, just as a little bit of a kit, we're gonna talk about my wife's oil plug. I'm gonna bring you in nice and close on this one. Quite frankly, I did fuck this up when I took it off, specifically because it was already fucked up. Whoever put this back in, and I'm not going to give you the details of the, like the individual or the company or whatever, dog hair. He's going to be with us long after he's dead. But they took an impact wrench to my wife's oil plug and rounded off all the corners. And so what I did was I went to the local parts store and I said, hey, let me get a bolt extractor, something similar to this, right? Well, this is, it doesn't fit, A. B, they always come in sets. C, the sets are like $30 to $75. Nah, we're not doing that. So what I did was I asked the individual, I said, all right, let's reverse engineer this. How much is an oil plug? $2.50. Give me a new oil plug. I'll figure out the actual correct size and I won't slam it on with an impact wrench. So that's what I ended up doing is I bought an oil plug, chewed this one all to hell. Actually using this set of vice grips because I couldn't get a hold of it any other way. And if you look here very closely, you can see where I chowdered it up pretty well with a ball peen hammer. Ultimately, what I ended up having to do is pop this thing onto the head, which, probably going to take me 25 minutes. But get this thing onto the head of the bolt of the oil plug, crank down on it super tight, right? And then just hammer the ever-loving shit out of this side to break it loose. And once I did, I was able to thread the new one in nice and snug via fingers, and then put the appropriate size socket on there, tension it down a little bit, and then get a wrench, the appropriate size wrench, and just give it a little bit more, and we're good to go. No leaks, no problems. So all of that to say, if you take your vehicle to like somewhere for an oil change or anything like that, and then for convenience, right? So the wife's out in town, I'm at work, I've got a whole bunch of things to do at home, such as clean up or build something or change something or anything like that. What it comes down to is, like, if you let somebody else work on it, double check their work, jack the vehicle up, look up underneath it. That's my PSA for the day. So they did. They beat the shit out of this thing, and it was completely unnecessary. You don't need an impact wrench to put on or take off an oil plug. If you do, you're doing it wrong. And this is, a $2.30, to fix, but even still, it shouldn't have to happen. So that's all I got for you today. Like it if you want. Comment if you want. I will comment back. I'm pretty active. As a matter of fact, I think I've got a 100% return rate as far as someone leaving a message and me responding back. If you find anything incorrect in that, let me know in the comments below, because I'll probably respond. I will respond. Anyhow, guys, like I said, appreciate you watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.